Hi guys, it is me. I am back with another video. You watched my other two videos I filmed this week. I look like crap because I don't feel good. I'm not going to give you a big old spiel, but I'm just not feeling it. Today I thought it would be kind of interesting to talk about the theory that drugs and alcohol can open your body up to spirits, to demons, to other entities, whatever you want to call them. And I was thinking about it, and I've had the conversation with a couple people, and I was shocked to know how many people actually truly believe this. So I thought I'd go ahead and make a video on it. I figured I'd start by telling you a couple stories. So the first one is about a friend of, I guess she would be considered an ex-friend now, but I remember she was dealing with alcoholism bad. And she was, I want to say 19 or 20 at the time. And I think I was like 22, 23. And she came over to my house. I was living at my dad's house at this time. And she was like, I need you to buy me alcohol. And I was like, Kelly, you are drunk already. She's like, come on, just get me some alcohol. I'll drive you there. And I'm like, you're drunk. You're driving. I don't think it's a good idea. But I went ahead and got on the car with her because I didn't make the best decisions back then. I was really worried about hurting her feelings, and it was literally like a straight shot down the street. Like there was no turning or nothing. We just had to go straight. So I'm like, all right, I'll go get you some damn alcohol. And we're driving, and then all of a sudden she laughs, and it was like a weird laugh. And then she looks directly at me like this, and she's driving, and she totally turns sober. She was drunk, and she turns totally sober. It was the weirdest thing. And she goes, and I'm like, Kelly, look at the road. And she was like, I don't have to look at the road. I already know what's coming up. And she did not look at the road at all, and she drove straight the whole time, and I just sat there petrified because I felt like she was being evil. It was the weirdest things. Her eyes looked different. She had this like not nice smile on her face, and she literally drove for probably a quarter of a mile just straight, just looking at me like that. And she knew when to stop at a stop sign. She like knew when a car was coming. It was the weirdest thing. So we get into the store. I buy the alcohol, and then by the time we get out of the store, she's sloppy drunk again. We get back to my house, and then she like sits there and she's laughing. And I'm like, what? And she goes, are we going to go to the store or not? And I was like, Kelly, we already went to the store. She's like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, look, like, here's the bag of your freaking Four Locos. Like, we already went to the store. She didn't remember anything. And it was the weirdest thing. And I thought to myself, like, oh my God, is she like possessed? The next story is a story from a person that I'm very, very, very close to, who is a recovering drug addict. And they said that they have had experiences when they were high that just didn't make any sense. Like they were in the shower one time, and they weren't to the point where they were delusional yet, but they were in the shower and they could see like these things crawling on the ground and just like circling around. And they said that it was almost like they were moving their head like a lizard does, or like a snake does, how it's, they like do that and then there's the quick like that, if that makes any sense. That's just how they explained it to me. And they were just pure black, and they could just see them out of the corner of their eye, and they were like just crawling and circling them. And they got out of the shower and they like walked into their living room, and they sat down, and like their cousin, their sister, somebody, one of the family members anyways, saw something walking. And they were like, they said, is there a monitor in the house? And she was like, oh my God, you see that? And they were like, I swear to you, it looks like a Komodo dragon just walked down the hallway. So the fact that the sober person was able to see it made me wonder. So like, because they got high, did they open up their body to something evil and it was trying to enter them? Another one I've noticed is there's pictures on the internet. I'm going to try and find some for this video. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but you can actually see demons inside of meth smoke. And I've heard multiple people talk about this, and a lot of people aren't even high and they're seeing the demons. And it's really interesting because a couple times when I witnessed people smoking meth, I did notice faces, and I thought to myself, I'm like, oh my God, am I high? Like, did I get some sort of like contact high? I wasn't high, by the way. We were outside, and the smoke dissipated quick enough. I don't think I inhaled any of it. I was able to sleep just fine that night. You know, nothing like that. I didn't feel weird. But I immediately saw like skulls and like evil looking faces, and I was like, that is so weird, which is what made me think I was high. Another thing I think is interesting is we call alcohol spirits. You know, we call that. We say, oh yeah, you know, like if you're in the store, it'll say beer and spirits or spirits aisle. Why? Why do we call them spirits? Is because we know that if we drink them, that we can open ourselves up to spirits and we can see things. Some people say that when you smoke weed, people become more clairvoyant. People become more empathetic. People become more psychic. You know, we also get really dumb. Let's be honest. I was not a good stoner. I was not a productive stoner. But I do remember a couple times where like some weird stuff would happen and I'd be like, yo, like how did I know that, man? But again, I mean, who's to say? Why do so many people have delusions? That's another question I have. Is like, it seems like when people have their delusions, a lot of people are having religious delusions. They're always saying that they're seeing a demon, or they're always saying that God spoke to them. A lot of the delusions, unless it's like a drama, I'm watching people who are high on meth like interact. If it's not about trying to get money or scam somebody, like their delusions more or less are always religion based. Is that just because like we've been raised to know that there's a religion? You know, we've been taught religion is real, and so like a lot of people may have grown up in the church, and so then that sticks in their head when they get high and they have guilt. I mean, I've always wondered why most people that have the delusions always seem to have religious delusions. I think it's interesting. There's also certain religions who will actually use drugs to get closer to the spirit world. I don't want to name any specific religions. One of my friends, he studies a religion that will actually, you know, they encourage the spirits to kind of inhabit their body. And, you know, there's videos, if you want to see it, of people letting spirits enter their body through different drugs, getting drunk, smoking peyote, lots of different things like that. And so I think it's interesting that we can allow that to happen, or at least believe in different cultures and in different religions that that's a way that you can become closer to the spirit world. I mean, I don't really know exactly how I feel. I thought it was a really interesting thought, you know, like, you know, is like, because if you think about it, like when you drink, it lowers your inhibitions. You're more likely to make a dumb decision if you've been drinking. So it would make sense that if it lowers your inhibitions, it would lower your walls to keep paranormal things from happening to you, right? A lot of people I know, before they read tarot cards, they think a glass of wine is a good thing. It loosens them up. It clears their mind a little bit. Some people think that when they smoke weed, they can read tarot really good. Some people can even do like an automatic writing if they smoke weed. So I just think it's really interesting that people, you know, there's multiple sources that are saying that this is a possible thing. Even, you know, going to a Christian church when I was younger, they talked about how, you know, doing drugs and drinking alcohol will let the devil inside of you, and that, you know, you're more likely to have evil in your life. And is that their low-key way of saying like your ass is gonna get possessed? I don't know. It's just kind of an interesting thing to think about. I mean, for the most part, I drink every once in a while, but I'm sober. I'm not too worried about getting possessed, but I really would like to know if you guys have any personal stories or what you think of it. So please go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've had an experience, because this is kind of a really interesting topic to me. Go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.